Normally, Christmas week is a crowded time for ski resorts, but that's not necessarily the case today when I went to Elk Mountain. Before we get started with any of this, here are our open trails, our green circles, our blue squares, and our black diamonds. There's no double blacks here on Elk, so there you go. Conditions at Elk were fairly friendly, with the temperature fluctuating in the teens and with the wind close to minimal. It was snowing a bit for some of the time on the mountain, but it wasn't snowing for the entire time, and the snow did not have any negative effect on the experience, and it didn't really actually snow enough for it to dump any either, so it was just there. Personally, I did not find that the crowds were too bad on Elk today. The North Chair Quad moved flawlessly without a line pretty much most of the time, while the North Chair Double wasn't even needed to be open. However, on the other side, close to the base lodge, the East Chair Double, both B and C lifts, were both needed eventually because the crowds for the B lift were very, very long, and it took a good 10-15 minutes to get through that. But once the C lift also opened up, the chairs were moving like top to bottom like all the time, and there was no line. The more beginner-oriented lifts of the beginner chair and the middle chair, they're both double lifts that only go up halfway, quarter of the way up the mountain. Those lifts had absolutely no line, and the beginners areas were not congested at all. And moving on to our conditions. In general, the trails were pretty soft in comparison to 2 days ago when I was at Wyndham. Maybe that's due to the temperature shift, or maybe because of the location. Whatever it was, the skiing conditions were a lot better. However, there were a couple icy spots, as per usual, always on the steep areas, especially off of the upper portion of Tunkhannock, parts of Susquehanna, and also there was thin cover on Seneca. Although that was kind of more of an experts-only area with lots of signs advising caution going there. Talking about trails with ropes in front of them, a lot of the black diamonds and some of the more fun-looking trails for me were roped off. Even though they looked fine from the top, they were definitely closed, and I trust the judgment of the people there. But as you can see, it's kind of unfortunate. And also on the Lackawanna Trail, you can see here that you can't access it from the top, but for some apparent reason you can access it from the side, which is kind of unfortunate because the top is like the head wall, and then once you get down to where they let you in, there's like no head wall. And also on that same topic, Seneca, also you can't do the bottom portion of it. You have to do an early exit. So yeah, that's about it from me. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and have fun out there.